Deansgate, a fitting venue here in Manchester for the grand final of the Tour Series. The women on the start. Pro Noctis got this series sewn up. It's an individual win on the night. And also still plenty to play for in that sprint classification. Sammy Stewart now leading out. 2 individual wins this season out of that bottom corner. Just winds up that big gear. You can see how close it is from that bottom corner up towards the lines. The Stewart still holding the front here, so she's going to come through and take maximum points. So 5 points to Stewart, but importantly, Jo Tindley in on the wheel there. But first sprint and 5 points to Sammy Stewart. And there you have it. There's confirmation. So Beth Morrow, Sophie Lewis and Emma Jeffers getting up there in the minor placings. So there's your standings. 78 points to Tindley, 8-point gap to Sammy Stewart. So closing very slightly for the Brother UK LDN rider. Coming through off the front. So big attack now from Lee Boone, the New Zealander for Torelli Cayman Islands Scimitar. Boone, good time trialist. Oh, big crash at the side. Oh, Sophie Lewis has gone down there. Bex Durrell or Megan Anderson from Datalinks Paranesis. That's a shame. Something you never want to see. Just saw Sophie Lewis ran wide there. They open up the sprint. Inside 100 meters to go up towards the line. Tindley comes over the top now. So Jo Tindley comes through to take the second sprint ahead of Sammy Stewart. So 5 points in the bag for the sprint's leader. Just takes a little glance and checks back. So Tindley and Stewart, it has been an exceptional battle between these two throughout the series. So after 2 sprints, the standings are back to where we started. 9-point difference between Jo Tindley and Sammy Stewart. 2 sprints to go and still 10 points up for grabs. So don't forget, we have 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 points across the finish line as well. This is the final one of our intermediate sprints on the night. Comes after about 45 minutes of racing. Stewart's going to move herself around Monica Greenwood here. It's Lucy Elmore, who's away with Jo Tindley and Sophie Lewis in Gisborough. Opening up the sprint now. Elmore in the front. Tindley comes off the wheel. Stewart and Tindley battling for this one. Look at the faces of these two gritting their teeth. But Tindley takes 5. Stewart takes the 4. And that will be it for Jo Tindley for the 2nd year in a row. 5 points to Jo Tindley here in the grand final in Manchester. Sammy Stewart just showing the effort of that sprint, trying to recover. And they have it after sprint 3, 88 points to Sammy Stewart, 78. So with just 5 points on offer on the line, Jo Tindley is your sprint champion. Still Stewart on the front. This would be something if she manages to raise this again and take this victory. It is going to be one final corner here as they go into the start-finish straight. Stewart just lines it up. She can see the line ahead of her now, leading out this sprint. Jeffers, Harris, Tindley are all up there. Emma Jeffers starts to come off the wheel. So does Tindley. Jeffers and Stewart is going to be between these two. Is it going to be another win for the junior? Yes, it is. Emma Jeffers delivers another victory for Jaden Vive Le Velo. Remember that name. We have a new rising star. And there you have it. Used that lead out by Sammy Stewart to absolute perfection. It's going to be tough to call the team win on the night. Your series champions for 2022 Pro Noctis Rota Red Chili Bikes. Emma Jeffers, a real rising star of British cycling. The 17-year-old takes her 2nd victory of the Tour Series ahead of Sammy Stewart and Lucy Harris of Team Boom Pods. Jo Tindley there in 4th. Remember this name, Emma Jeffers, Jaden Vive Le Velo. 2 victories for the junior. And she was back on the podium, fastest lap on the night, 120.941. Joe Tindley, for the second year in a row, takes the freewheel.co.uk Blue Sprinters jersey, 90 points, winning it by 8 points ahead of Sammy Stewart. Boom Boom shake the room. They take the individual win in Barking. Team Boom Pods take the team win on the night. They missed out by the narrowest of margins last year. Joe Tindley leads the Pro Noctis team in the celebrations. Your final standings look like this. Pro Noctis Rotor Red Chili Bikes at the top of the standings with 66 points. Spectra Wiggle Vitus second with 49, level with Boom Pods. Alba Development up there in fourth. The grand final in Manchester, Dean's Gates. The countdown. We're going to go racing for the final time here. They've got their sighting lap behind the motorbike. John Mould of Team Techers is going to lead them away. And Mouldy has been such a feature of the Tour Series for so many years. 11 Tour Series victories in his career for John Mould. You can just see how bright the sunshine is here in Manchester this evening. There's your standings, so 3 points between With Sungod and Ribble, well tight. Wales Racing Academy up there in third. It would take an absolute disaster, you would say, for With Sungod here this evening to lose that title. 3 riders to count. Matt Bostock in the sprints standings. There are 4 sprints throughout the race, 3 intermediate sprints, and then points on the line, so giving 20 maximum points. So that is still up for grabs potentially in the grand final. Harry Tanfield has that ability to just get it right up to top speed and hold it. Bostock, very punchy sprinter. But it's good to see just how much importance is placed in this sprint competition. Tanfield goes barrier side, Bostock goes round his teammate. Bostock gets the shoulders down, looks across at Harry Tanfield. Bostock takes the first sprint, 5 points to the With Sungod rider. And there you have confirmation, Matt Bostock, and with those 5 points to Harry Tanfield's 4, he is now the sprints champion. As we look at the classification after that sprint, 19-point advantage with just 15 points left up for grabs this evening. Bostock sews it up. Ollie Wood, alone at the head of the race, managed to get clear, and he went through at the end of sprint 2 to take points. With Sungod's attention had shifted from sewing up that sprints competition, which was done on the opening sprint. They were now focusing on the individual win on the night. Charlie Tanfield led the bunch through just ahead of Matt Bostock. Made sure he just took some more points just to be safe and taking those 3 points. And Bostock is just picking up these groups. A chasing group of 3 though. They haven't got on to Bostock. So again, look at him, just uses this group. And he'll just move out now. Just a momentary lull, little bit of respite, and then kicks it past those 3 chasers. It doesn't help them that they've got one of the With Sungod riders in there, because it's just the combined chase of Holt and Walker. Bostock taking those 5 maximum points. There's your 2nd, 3rd and 4th places in the sprints. This is just helping Bostock. And there's your 5th place rider just crossing the line. Charles Page of St Piran takes that 1 point. And there is your sprint results. And Matt Bostock, another 5 points in the bag for the With Sungod rider. One more big glance back over the shoulder, shakes the head. This has been a huge effort from Bostock. It's been a phenomenal ride throughout the Tour Series this year. Takes the opportunity to just sit up. He's going to enjoy the moment. The grand final, the individual win on the night, his 2nd victory of this Tour Series. Matt Bostock is your winner. And his teammates behind are sprinting it out here. Charlie and Harry Tanfield. Can With Sungod make it 1, 2, 3 and crown themselves champions? Yes, they can. Ollie Wood and Matt Gibson cross the line. It's a 1, 2, 3 for With Sungod. Celebrations all round. They are your 2022 Tour Series champions. What a dominant performance, but Matt Bostock takes it ahead of Ollie Wood and Matt Gibson. Harry and Charlie Tanfield, 4th and 5th for Ribble Weldtite. No doubt will be about the team win on the night. Matt Bostock on the podium, what a dominant performance. 2 victories in this year's Tour Series, 3 in his career for With Sungod. Ollie Wood, the fastest lap on the night with a 1:15.879. A clear winner in the sprints standings. Matt Bostock with 101 points, 30 points ahead of Harry Tanfield. Team wins on the night for With Sungod. What a dominant performance yet again from the team in blue. Regaining the title they've won twice before, With Sungod joined on the podium by the rest of the team and team manager Tim Elverson, your champions for 2022. And the standings look like this: 4 points in the end between With Sungod and defending champions of Ribble Weldtite. The Wales Racing Academy up there in 3rd, and a great series for the team from Cornwall, St Piran there in 4th.